Welcome everyone to the pit. As a reminder, the first member of our jury, Brett, is here merely to observe. He will remain off camera and muted through the entire time. However, as a member of the jury, it is his prerogative to observe. So let's circle back to the last pit. We'll start with you, Jess. Last pit, there was a lot of fun and games going on, a lot of silliness, a lot of laughs. Did that continue after the pit was over?
Man, I am a new order here, and if there's anything I've learned from this merge is that it gets clusterfucky real quick. And it is nothing like pre-merge. And things change at the drop of a dime, and alliance is calling a question and all of that. But I think it's important to just remember we're all here, we're all playing a game. We all ideally are going to be friends after this game, and I just hope that nobody takes anything too much to heart, because it is just a game.
Okay. Liam, do you feel like everybody can be friends after the game is over?
I mean, of course, we're all adults here. We're all like mature people. I think at the end of the day, I think everyone does have to remember that this is a game, and people are going to get hurt, but sometimes you just got to roll with the punches, Okay.
Lucy, now that the jury has started, have you seen a change in people's gameplay?
Well, I saw a change in Brian's gameplay. That was a big change. But, I think I think for some people, like the title, the win, is like such a huge thing. So I think some people just want it more than other people. Some of us are here to have fun. Some of us are chasing that W. And but yeah, I haven't seen enough gameplay yet since hitting the merge. There aren't very many people left that I even played with, but Brian's definitely changed. So he might be bipolar. I don't know. We'll have to. He's waiting. I'm waiting before I diagnose. You don't want to diagnose someone too quickly into the merge. Jump to conclusions. You could have them on the wrong meds, but he is being psychiatrically observed.
Brian, that seemed very specifically at you. Do you have a response?
Yes, I do. I would like to start off by saying no publicity. It's bad publicity. So thank you, Lucy. You can call me bipolar, or I think that's the one quote I do remember. But it's a game, and that's what people have said, Liam and Jess. And I remember that it is a game, and I hope everyone's cool after it. And I just got to do what I got to do, and I hope everyone's trying to do what they got to do to better their positions in the game. And if somebody does that to me and votes me out because they're trying to better their position, I respect it. And I hope people respect my decision to try to do that for myself. No bipolarness here. At least I'm not diagnosed. I don't think I am, but I don't think I'm crazy. I just try to play the game.
Joe, you're somebody
Wait, full disclosure, bipolar does not make somebody crazy, though. I was just joking around. Lots of bipolar people and are geniuses and probably more sane than you or I. So just mental health awareness, little insert right there.
So Joe, as somebody who's very openly a gamer, how does the game of the Inferno and survivor-based game, how does that compare to other games that you've played? I can't hear you.
So, okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Perfect. So it's like, yeah, you're playing like human chess, essentially. Except I know when I move a like pawn to e4, I know that pawn's going to e4, and I can almost predict like which defense my opponent's going to play. But people have insane amounts of variance, like the most variance ever. So it's a very difficult game. In comparison to, I'm a numbers guy, you go with the odds, but people, you never know what they're going to do. So that's kind of the difference there.
Chantel, how have you navigated predicting what people are going to do or not going to do?
I haven't because you can't predict people. And if I could have one superpower, it would be to read people's minds so that I can know what's going to happen. But in a game like this, you never know what people are going to do.
Josh, if you had a superpower, what superpower would help your game?
I guess time travel. I don't know. Yeah, I guess you can see that. No, seeing into the future. That's even better, right? Yeah.
Aaron, there's been talk about people playing for fun and then people playing for a win. You openly stated last hit that you were not playing for the win. So does that mean you're playing for fun, and are you having fun?
I am playing for fun. I'm having a blast. I feel like if you don't put a lot of pressure on yourself to win or fail, you're always winning. So even if something happens where I go home, I still won because I still got to meet lots of cool people and not put that pressure on myself, you know?
Yeah, Kevin, you want to talk more about that pressure? Have you put a lot of pressure on yourself? Where does the pressure sit with you?
Listen, I always put pressure on myself with anything. Like, I am someone that just like always is like very critical of myself, always putting pressure on myself. So not just in game settings, but like just in general, that pressure, it's always going to be there. So I would love to be like Aaron, honestly, just like live vicariously through the game, not really care about, and not really care about if I'm going or not. But I just can't do that because I just constantly put that pressure on myself. So again, I love that mindset. It's just not one that I could ever have, but I very much love that.
Ryan, is that relatable to you, the pressure that one applies to themselves?
Yes. I feel pressure in everyday life to do my best and to strive to be the best that I can be. And that extends to this game. That's why I'm trying my hardest to get the W, as I'm not gonna hide that. I am playing hard and I want to win, and the pressure is definitely there.
Speaking of W's, Liam, it's public knowledge that you were unable to complete the challenge, putting you at risk tonight. How does that affect you going into this vote, being one of 5 that's potentially vulnerable?
As soon as I was like running up the street to try and get to that challenge, I was like, fuck, I might be the one that's going. I think it is scary. I think it just puts a bigger like light on you. It's like Final 5 now, but like at Final 10. Like the light is on you. Everyone's watching everything you do. So it's a little scary.
Conversely, Lucy, this is the second challenge in a row that you've come in first in. Does that paint a target on your back, or is this something that you're proud of? How does that feel for you?
I hope it doesn't paint a target on my back, because honestly, the whole spit cups thing, I just have an unfair advantage. I have so much practice swallowing and spitting. So I don't think my skills are going to help me down the line. Unless there's like a BJ contest, I would win immunity.
I don't know if that's true, girl.
We'll have to meet in person and find a willing subject to, score us. And
So, Josh, this challenge was also not your day, but you've also been very successful in the past at challenges. How do you prepare for the variance of not knowing what challenge could come next and what skill set it could require?
Yeah, I mean, I tried. I came close. Well, I mean, the challenges are all like they're weird and they're random, right? So like they're usually going to involve like weird little carnival game stuff, which like I'm not awesome at, but like I think it's anyone can take any given challenge. You know, I don't think it's anything that one can be like amazingly good at.
Right. Chantel, the vote was split very evenly last week. Should we anticipate seeing the same tonight, or do you think that lines have gotten blurred a little bit more?
I feel like lines are definitely going to be blurred tonight. I feel like a lot of names have come up, and I don't know where people are going to be voting, and I'm at risk, so I'm nervous. So, yeah.
Jess, on a scale of 1 to 10, how nervous are you tonight?
Well, your girl got immunity, but
That's right.
but
How
I mean, I'm still nervous. I'm still nervous. It doesn't mean I'm not. You know, if there's anything I've learned so far in this game, it is really fucking the social thing is so hard because I'm not someone that likes to not be my authentic self, and I really am just not going to not be my authentic self. And you know, like I want to build a connection with literally everybody here, but it's hard because at some point or another, you know, you're gonna have to do things you don't want to do, and it kind of sucks.
Aaron, the idea of doing things that you don't want to do when you're playing a game for fun, does that make it easier to, you know, abstain from certain strategies, or does that make it more fun to lean into different types of gameplay?
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's kind of like in a way because I know that I wouldn't really feel any emotional type of way with any player if they voted me out. That I know that I'm not being emotional when I vote someone out. It's just kind of like it's the game. So for me, it's like, okay, like you just got to do it. Like I'm not going to like lie or anything like that. Like I'm just going to be like, yep, this is it. And that's just like how I'm going to take it, because when the inevitable happens where I get voted out, I'm still going to be friends with the connections I've made here. Like they're still going to stand just because we have to play a little musical chairs here.
Joe, do you feel similar that the connections that you're making here are going to stand, you know, outside this game?
I can say pretty confidently, like, there are just people in this game that I just get along with, you know, like, just vibe with them. Everyone is so freaking cool. Like, it's hard to find that in a community. And I mean, this is a nice, like, new gaming community to be a part of. And I will say, like, for the other gaming communities I'm a part of, like, those are people whose weddings I'm in, you know, like, I've traveled the country with these people. Like I've I've bailed a person in that community out of jail before, you know, like you make real friends here. So, and the feeling I get from this community is it's the same thing.
Kevin, last but not least to you, is friendship coming above game, or is game and friendship, are they intertwined, or are they completely separate for you?
I think it really just depends on like where you stand with that person in the game. Like when it comes to friendships, like those friendships are never going to go away. They're always going to be there. But just because you have a friend, like it's not that doesn't necessarily mean like you're going to play with them. It really just depends on like, does it benefit both of you in the game? So that's always how like I look at it when it comes to these games. So that's probably the best answer I can give you. It really is just it varies in terms of like, is it part of the game? Are they, you know, can they like coexist in that way? Sometimes they can, sometimes they can't. And that's probably the best answer I can give you with that.
Okay. And with that, it is time to vote. But before we do, does anybody have anything that they need to say? Okay, and so now it is time to vote. If you will, please go to your prod chat and cast your vote now for the person you want to see burned at the Inferno. I will go tally the votes. Please feel free to talk about anything but the vote.
Shout out to my work who's going to finally have air conditioning back tomorrow. So excited for that.
Period. Congratulations.
I don't have to work there and feel like I'm going to fucking pass out anymore. So that's always fun. Also, shout out to my lovely prod guest, Allie, because I love her.
Shout out to Jonathan, a real one.
Jonathan from Survivor 42? No.
God,
I'm
I
talking
hope
about
not.
Jonathan from Canada.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, I hope it's not from Survivor.
We
Yeah, not a fan.
Yuck.
I'm gonna say a shout out to Subway for having like bomb ass chocolate chip cookies.
I thought you were about to say shout out to
Yeah.
Subway for eating fresh and living free.
Nah, bro. These cookies right now, they're the fucking dream.
Shout out
Them
to my
raspberry
podcast,
cheese
Marcelo. He's king.
Shout out to Lyndon.
Shout out to my prod guest, Matthew Papa, King.
Shout out to Gaza, my podcast. He's fucking dope.
Shout out to Uber Eats for fucking canceling my order. And now nothing's fucking gonna be open.
Get your free shit, girl.
Now I need to fucking scramble and find something to eat.
Shout out to my professor because I just told them I had to leave class because I was having blood sugar issues. So sorry. Blood sugar is fine. It's 113. Don't worry.
I have the votes. But before the votes are read, if anybody has a hidden immunity idol or an advantage and would like to play it, now is the time to do so.
Hi. So yeah, so earlier this round, actually, I will be straight. I did end up finding something, and I will be straight up with all of you. I do not feel safe when it comes to this vote right now. I really don't. I feel like there's a lot of shady fuckers in this game, and I just don't really know like who to trust right now. So just because it's really up in the air, I will in fact be playing my idol this round.
And you're playing it for?
Oh, myself. I will play it on myself, 100%.
I can confirm that Kevin does in fact have a hidden immunity idol, and all votes cast towards Kevin will not count. I will give 5 more seconds in the event that anybody else would like to play a hidden immunity idol at this time. Okay. I'll read the votes. Kevin does not count. 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 3 votes left. Chantel. Liam. 1 vote Liam, 1 vote Chantel, 1 vote left. 9th person voted out and burned at the pit, and the 2nd member of our jury is Chantel. Chantel, you may speak your piece, and then you must leave the Zoom immediately and join Brett on the jury.
Bye, guys. It was so much fun playing with you guys, and I enjoyed meeting all of you.
Love you, Chantal.
Let this be a lesson that just because you have the numbers does not mean you have the majority. And special announcement, it is imperative that you attend the pit on Friday, because we will be having a special live challenge immediately following the pit this upcoming Friday. And then also, please check your prod chat soon, as we will be sending the questionnaire for the next challenge, because the next challenge is in fact Devil's Advocate, and it is very similar to what some of y'all may know as touchy subjects. So you will be filling out a questionnaire, answering questions about each of your fellow contestants. You cannot answer yourself as an answer on any question on the initial questionnaire. We will then set a time to do the challenge at some point tomorrow night, and then we will run through the questions, and you'll be asked, who does majority think voted for blank? And you will get a point every time that you answer what the majority thinks. Okay? This time, only 1 person will win immunity, so I need all 5 of you to give your immunities back up for grabs. And please leave any one-on-one chats that you have with Chantel.